You're about to notice something uncomfortable. The reason you feel behind financially might not be your income. It might be your habits you've been trained to call normal. In Japan, a huge amount of wealth is built so quietly you almost never see it. No constant flexing, no loud lifestyle proofs, just systems that compound for years, sometimes for generations. If you keep copying the loud money behaviors that get applause today, you'll pay for them for the next 10 years. Japan didn't do this with secret hacks. They did it with simple daily practices that feel small, until you add them up and realize they create invisible wealth, right up until it's undeniable. You think wealth is mainly about earning more, but the real game is stopping leakage and building discipline. When you fix that, income finally has somewhere to stay. In the next minutes, you'll get 9 Japanese habits that build quiet wealth, plus a 7-day starter plan you can run immediately. By the end of this week, you'll know your biggest money leak, you'll plug it, and you'll have a repeatable system that doesn't rely on motivation. Stay to the end, because the final habit is the one that kills the stress spending loop that keeps smart people broke. If you're done with the loud broke lifestyle, subscribe and comment Quiet Wealth. If you're ready to start small today, comment Kaizen. Now, habit number 1. Habit 1 is Kikibo, the Mindful Money Journal. Quiet wealth begins here, because you can't build power with numbers you refuse to look at. Most people don't have a money problem. They have a clarity problem. You can work hard, earn more, and still end each month asking, where did it go? It didn't go to one big mistake. It leaked out through tiny purchases that felt harmless. Little fees, little treats, little I deserve it moments. Kikibo forces you to stop guessing. Tonight, write 4 questions. How much money do I have? How much do I want to save? How much am I spending? And the one that changes everything. How can I improve? For 7 days, write down every purchase. Then, once a week, circle the 3 most repeated leaks. Awareness turns vague anxiety into a target. Here's a real pattern you'll recognize. You start tracking, and suddenly you see invisible bills, subscriptions you forgot, delivery fees you ignore, convenience spending you never count because it's small. One person I coached found 3 streaming services, 2 app trials, and a premium membership they didn't even remember signing up for. They didn't feel broke because of one big purchase. They felt broke because of 1,000 cuts. Once you can see the leak, you're ready for habit number 2, because stopping it is where wealth starts. Habit 2 is Madanai, the art of no waste. Quiet wealth is not just earning, it's refusing to burn what you already have. Waste looks normal, which is why it's deadly. Food you buy and don't eat. Subscriptions you forgot exist. Clothes you buy for a fantasy version of yourself. Gadgets you buy because a video made you feel behind. Madanai is a mindset. Everything has value, and when you waste it, you waste the money you worked for. Waste is a wealth tax you pay without noticing. Run a 10-minute audit. Pick one area, kitchen or subscriptions. Anything unused gets one of 3 actions. Cancel it, donate it, or commit to using it on a specific date. If you won't use it, remove it. If you will use it, schedule it. Now you're not bleeding. But stopping the bleed doesn't create momentum. Momentum comes from habit number 3. Habit 3 is Kaizen, continuous small improvement. This is where you stop chasing dramatic change and start building a system you can keep. Your brain loves extremes. Starting Monday, I'll change everything. Then you burn out and end up discouraged. Kaizen is the opposite. Start so small you can't fail. Pick one micro upgrade, save $1 a day automatically, or move $5 a week into savings, or cut one subscription. Next week, raise it slightly. The amount isn't the point. The identity is the point. You become the type of person who improves daily. Here's the compounding move most people miss. You don't need a giant leap to feel progress. You need consistency you can repeat when life gets stressful. That's why Kaizen wins. It survives your bad weeks. Discipline collapses when you don't know why you're doing it. That's why habit number 4 isn't about money on paper. It's about money in real life. Habit 4 is Ikigai, purpose-driven work. This habit builds wealth by killing a hidden expense most people never track: coping spending. When you hate your work, you spend to numb it. You buy comfort. You buy distraction. You buy escapes. You call it self-care, but it's really medication with a credit card. Ikigai is the intersection of 4 things: what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what can pay. And no, you don't quit tomorrow. You build deliberately. Tonight, write the 4 headings. Circle 1 overlap and take 1 small action. Sharpen 1 skill, build 1 sample, test 1 offer. 30 minutes a day. Controlled growth. When purpose rises, stress drops. And when stress drops, your need to buy relief drops. That creates margin, money you can finally keep. Even with purpose, you can still be controlled by comparison. That's why habit number 5 is a financial weapon disguised as a philosophy. Habit 5 is wabi-sabi, embracing imperfection. This habit breaks the addiction to looking successful. Social media trained you to believe your life is never enough. Your home must be perfect. Your car must be newer. Your wardrobe must match a trend. And every time you feel behind, you spend to close the gap. Wabi-sabi flips it. Value isn't in flawless. Value is in function, history, and usefulness. Where is proof you extracted value? For 7 days, before any upgrade, ask, am I buying improvement or am I buying approval? If it's approval, pause. If it's real improvement, you'll still want it tomorrow. This is how you stop spending to impress people who won't pay your bills. Contentment stops upgrades, but you still need a rule that creates savings automatically. That rule is habit number 6. Habit 6 is hara hachibu, the 80% rule. Financially, it becomes a simple law. Stop at enough, leave a gap. Most people overshoot. You spend to 100% of your paycheck, then you live anxious. No margin means every surprise becomes a crisis. The 80% rule says, protect a portion first. Automate it. 5%, 10%, something. You're creating oxygen. Here's a quick example. If you bring home $1,000 and you spend $1,000, you feel fine until the first surprise shows up, then you panic. If you protect even $50 automatically, you're building the habit of margin. And margin changes your psychology. You stop living like everything is urgent. Here's the truth. The last 20% of your wants costs the most and delivers the least. That gap between enough and more is where wealth hides. Saving is one level. Discipline when temptation hits is the next. That's habit number 7. Habit 7 is gamen, endurance and self-discipline. One-click buying is built to remove waiting because waiting protects you. Your rule is the 30-day rule for non-essentials. You don't buy it now. You add it to a list. You wait. Most desires fade because many desires are emotions wearing a disguise. After 30 days, only a few remain. Buy those. Skip the rest. You just train discipline without suffering. And here's the part that will annoy you because it's true. The first time you wait, you feel deprived. The 10th time you wait, you feel powerful. You're not saying, I can't. You're saying, I decide. Tactical move, put it in your cart, then close the tab. Review once a month. Delete most of it. That's common in the real world. Discipline saves money, but what happens when things break? Most people panic replace. Quiet wealth does the opposite. That's habit number 8. Habit 8 is kintsugi, repair over replacement. Broken doesn't mean worthless, and new doesn't mean better. Disposable culture trains you to replace things constantly, often because marketing convinced you that boredom is a problem you solve by buying. Kintsugi asks, can this be repaired, maintained, or restored before you replace it? Repair often costs a fraction of replacement. Maintenance extends life. Extending life multiplies value. Here's your rule. The next time something breaks, you don't shop first. You research repair first. You get a quote. You compare. You decide like an investor, not like a consumer. Even if you never repair things yourself, that single pause, quote before replace, stops impulse upgrades disguised as necessary. And once you stop replacing on emotion, your savings finally start sticking. You now have the mechanics. But mechanics don't last without mental stability. The final habit makes everything sustainable. Habit 9 is shaganai, acceptance of what cannot be changed. This is the habit that stops the stress spending loop. Shaganai doesn't mean you give up. It means you stop wasting energy on what you can't control and you pour that energy into what you can. Stress is expensive. Stress creates spending. Spending creates stress. You stress about inflation, your past mistakes, other people's head starts, and then you try to buy relief. A short hit of control that creates long-term pressure. Shaganai breaks it. You say, I can't control my past mistakes. Shaganai. I can't control their inheritance. Shaganai. I can't control market mood today. Shaganai. Then you pivot. I can control my habits today. I can control what I do next. And here's the outcome gap. When you stop fighting what you can't control, you finally have energy to execute what you can, and that's where wealth is actually built. Do this exercise now. 2 lists. List 1. Everything you can't control. Write it. Say shaganai. Release it. List 2. Everything you can control today. Your spending, your saving, your waiting, your repair first decision. Quiet wealth is built inside the controllable space. Now you don't win by knowing. You win by executing. So here's your immediate reward. A 7-day starter plan. Day 1. Kikibo. Track every expense. No judgment, only truth. Day 2. Matanai. A 10-minute audit. Cancel one leak. Donate one unused item. Day 3. Kaizen. Automate a tiny save. Even $1 a day. Day 4. Ikigai. Write the 4 headings. Circle one overlap. Take one small action. Day 5. Wabi-sabi. Stop one approval purchase. Choose enough on purpose. Day 6. Harahachibu. Protect your gap first. Set the automation. Don't touch it. Day 7. Gamen plus Shaganai. Apply the 30-day rule. Write the 2 lists. Release what you can't control. Pick one habit to master this week. Don't try all 9 at once like an amateur. Master one, then stack the next. Comment the number of the habit you're starting, 1 through 9. Quiet wealth isn't loud. It's patient. It's disciplined. It's invisible until one day it's completely undeniable. See you in the next video.